Oh, it's hot. I'm drinking salted caramel tea or caramel macaroon tea. I think, I'm not sure. My good friend Sophie gave me that. Thank you, Sophie. When I have a craving for sweets, that's what I reach for instead of grabbing the bad stuff, which I happen to have run out of. That's my excuse. It is Saturday, April 4th, and what a weird weather, or what a weird day weather-wise. It was like big time snowing when I got up. It snowed until probably 9:30 or so. I don't know, I was in the shower. By 10 o'clock, the skies were clearing, and now it's beautiful blue skies, warm, and all that snow is melting. Yay! It's never over here in Montreal before we have that one last snow dump in April, and that's usually followed by warmer weather. But there's always something that falls. Okay, so what's been going on? Last week I didn't have time to do a lot of projects. In fact, I didn't. Just because I had a lot of business stuff to deal with. This is the aftermath of taxes and just tying up some loose ends. You know, sometimes you have to reorganize some stuff, which I have. I'm going to show you, I'm going to share you an organizational tip that I have done. And I'm behind in my DLP projects. I'm behind like 3 now because there's a new one that came out today. I am behind in my Inspiration Wednesday projects, which I don't film but I post. I am also behind in my 100 artworks. I'm so behind, but it happens. And in case you're wondering about my eyes, they look tired. I'm having rough nights these past few days. I don't know why. I'm having nightmares, like stupid nightmares, like people are shooting, and anyway, I'm gonna spare you the details. Some of them I don't really remember, but I know when I wake up in the middle of the night screaming. Yeah. And also I'm having problems with my eyes. I can't wear mascara or eyeliner anymore. Because at some point during the day my eyes start burning like crazy and I tear up, and I don't want that to happen when I'm driving. So, and there's no controlling it, so I think I'm gonna have to lay off the eye makeup, which, you know, is unfortunate. Like I said, I've been reorganizing. I have come up with another storage solution for my stencils. And before you think I'm a genius, which we've all established I'm not, I stole the idea from 2 different people. One is Donna Downey. She had posted at one point this great big a wooden piece that she had put together herself, and she hangs her stencils with cute little clips. I wanted to find a cheaper solution. First of all, I don't have room for any more piece of furniture here in my studio, so I was trying to figure out how I can combine that idea into what I have already in place. And then I saw another storage solution on YouTube, and unfortunately I have just tried to search for it on my iPad and I cannot find it, and I'm so upset. This lady, and if you are watching my videos, just please let me know who you are so I can link in the description, but she is using the same kind of idea as Donna does, but instead of using little hooks, she uses what are they called? Not J clips, J tags? Or tabs. Anyways, I'm going to show you what they are and what I mean by that. So yeah, I'm going to do that now. All right, so if you remember from my studio tour, I showed you this scrapbooking album. It's a D-ring album, and I used to keep all of my stencils in there. I had like sheet protectors or page protectors that were divided in 4 for my 6x6, and then I had the 12x12s, which were in the bigger pockets, and then I had rigged some of them. I can't find them. Hold on for a second. I had rigged some of them for my uneven or like different formats. Anyways, I can't. Oh, here they are. So I had sewed some of them so that it can include like an 8.5 by not 8.5, but 5 by 11 or something in there. Anyway, so I took all of this out because this binder was not closing anymore, or it was, but it was kind of like all fanned out like that. And it was taking precious real estate on my table because it's nice to have the extra space, you know, especially if somebody else joins me. So I'm going to show you what I did. It's a two-part thing. I have some underneath my work surface, which I'm going to show you in a bit, but I'm going to take you to my spare room, and please don't mind the mess because this is my future TV room and it's still not put together. There's a lot of things that are going, but this is my new storage solution. So this shelf here was already existing. Okay, backtrack. This is my closet, okay? So this holds all my overstock of whatever supplies I have. And the builder had installed this shelf already. So the shelf was already in there. I did not have to put that in. But it has a nice rod going through it with divisions, but you know, it's okay. And what I did is I hooked up my stencils with these clips, or I'll find the name in a second, I'll show you. These J-hook, hang on, let me just see if I can zoom this. So this is what I used. And I ordered it from Uline, but I'm sure there are other places where you can find that. So I bought a package of 500, so I have a few because I have other ideas with these. And I just hooked them on to the stencil, and then I just hook them back here. The great thing about this storage solution is that it doesn't take a lot of space. I can just like squeeze them together when I'm not rifling through them, and when I want to, I can just go through them like that, and I choose whatever I want. I have created categories because for me it speeds up the process of researching everything. So I took a piece of cardstock and I made a tab. I just stamped what they are. So I have, my categories are flowers and nature, then I have letters and numbers, then of course I have, you know, the generic, the shapes, and that includes anything and everything but the other categories that I have. And then I have architecture because yeah, I have a lot of cities and, you know, houses and stuff like that. Then I have a category for people and animals, and it also includes birds and Christmas, which I have very little of. I need to cut in here because I forgot to show you how I store my masks. The one you're seeing here is in a 6x6 page protector. In each of the protectors, I have inserted a piece of cardstock so that I can see the design better. And of course, the J-hook tab is glued onto the page protector. Then on the other side, I have journaling because I do have these. These are made by Chatterbox. Not this one here, but they're called journaling genies, and I completely forgot about them. So I'm going to use that in my art journaling because, yeah, lines and stuff. I mean, these are just straight lines, but there's wavy lines and circle lines and, you know, so I'm going to use that. And I also remembered that I had bought these blank sheets. This one is by Tim Holtz, but I also have these ones are by Stampin' Up, and I have the 12 by 12s by the Crafters Workshop to create my own stencils. So the great thing about this is that when they're not in use, they're pushed to the side, same way here, and they really do not interfere with me grabbing any inks because I can just reach behind, and I don't do a lot of stamping anymore. So to me, it was a good solution. I love it. And the one thing that I hated about my binder is that whenever I would grab, let's see here. Oh yeah, I have to show you something else. Hold on. Whenever I would grab a stencil that has a lot of like, of course now I'm not going to find any. Okay. No, that's not a good example. But you know what I mean? Like a very detailed stencil. Oh, here, this is a perfect example. This stencil here. Yeah, putting it back in a sleeve was a drag. So now I don't even have to worry about this. I use this and then plunk, I put that back in there and we're done. The other thing I did too is I have a few stencils that did not have the writing on them, like, you know, the numbers and whatnot. And I need to refer to that once in a while when I list my supplies on projects that I do. So I have actually written on the hooks what they are, like the number and whatnot, so that I have this information ready. The other thing I want to show you is this, and this GIF I grabbed from Julie Faye Fanbalser, and I love it. Okay, so what she was showing is, you know, like a stencil that has like a very thin border around it, they get very flimsy. It also made it very difficult for me to put the J hooks on them. So essentially what you do is you create a border with duct tape. And I think it's a genius idea. So I'm not going to show you how to do this. I'm going to link to Julie's video in the description. But for those stencils that have a very thin border, it's a perfect solution. And it personalizes my stencil. So I can, you know, bring this anywhere. And I know that people won't misunderstand that this is my stencil. I've done another one here. I'm going to show you here. This cityscape was the same thing, very thin border. So, and on only the ones that have that are flimsy did I do that. So this is one portion of it, and I'm going to show you what's happening in my studio. So I am now sitting underneath my work surface. There's my work surface, and I bought a tension rod that spans the width of my desk. I did the same thing. I put J hooks on my stencils, and I hung in here the stencils that are from specific designers, designers that I do videos for, or for instance, I have Donna Downey's stencils here. This is for my Artist Gang videos. So these are kind of like specific to me, and I'd rather keep them separate because it's easier for me. I don't have to rifle through the other ones that I have in my TV room. The rod is a little bit thicker, but it still works. I mean, you know, I have to push them, I have to force them a little bit, but that's okay. At least they're there, and again, I don't have to put them back in their case or their plastic thing and, you know, have to fight, because this, you know, it's a drag to put these back. I hate that. And they're not in the way because I'm very careful with how I walk into my area, because I have my cutting boards here. So I'm already used to being careful, and, you know, it doesn't impinge on my leg room or anything like that. So I love it. I love it. And thank you so much for this other lady that found the J-hook idea, because I did not want to invest. And what I meant to say was that I did not want to invest in clips because it would have been expensive. Which brings me to a point. You saw the quick break, or the very abrupt break in the video. When I bought my iPhone, which was in November, because I dropped my phone in the bathtub, I was poorly advised, and I bought a 16 gig iPhone 5S. I love the iPhone 5S. The problem is 16 gig is not even enough to hold all the apps that I have, so I've had to delete the apps, and now I'm using this phone to film, because when I do like chit chats like that, or vlogs, whatever you want to call them, it's just so much easier for me to just put it on my selfie stick with the tripod end and just talk to you, and it's portable, and I don't have to unhook my camera from the overhead installation, my other filming camera. So, and it's plenty for me. The problem is there's not enough storage. So here's my dilemma. I need help. Do I buy a camera, like a portable camera, kind of like a power shot camera, to take with me on the go and to do my chit chats? Or do I get rid of this phone, which is brand new, and buy another phone that has more storage? I don't know what to do. Because I've researched a bit the Canon PowerShots, the ones that have like the automatic focus, because I have an old one. It's here, but it does video, but it doesn't do focus, and I can't even tap. This is an older model. I can't even tap on the screen to make it focus like I can do with the iPhone. So I've researched the PowerShots, the newer ones, and they're quite expensive. You're talking Canadian dollars, roughly around $600 or $700. I could get another iPhone, probably a 32 gig, I'm assuming, which would be double the storage, which would be plenty, for I think $800. And I could try and sell this phone, which is almost brand new, on eBay or Kijiji. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I own the phone. It's not part of a plan. I own the phone. So I've already spent a lot of money for this phone. If I can sell it and then buy a phone / camera, then I don't know. Oh me, what should I do? I'm confused. So anyways, that is my big dilemma, because I can't even record more than 10 minutes with this phone, and then it just tells me you're out of disk space, and then so I had to go and unload the footage. So that is my dilemma. If you could help me in thinking about the best solution for me, I don't know. Sometimes I'm having a hard time deciding stuff like that, especially if there's big money involved for me. You know, $800 is not little money. So yeah, that's it. If you're hearing a buzzing noise in the background, it's my oven. I turned it on because I'm gonna have lunch, and the fan is brutally loud. But this phone has a hard time picking up my voice, so you might not hear it. In this case, it's irrelevant. It's the streets. The streets are all like, there's no snow anymore. It's gone. Exciting news! Tomorrow, Gigi and I are having another play day. We already know kind of what we are going to do, some of the specifics, because we try to come up with challenges when we get together, which is always fun. We pretty much know what we're going to use and the main challenge as well. We just don't know if we're going to challenge ourselves on a specific theme or not. Maybe it'll be more freeform. I will film, of course, and I will try to have 2 cameras to film us, or rig something so that the camera pans on both work surfaces so that you can see our progress. Because the last time I thought was a little bit too chatty and not enough artsy related. You didn't really get to see what we were doing because I was arting here, but I didn't turn on the camera. It's Easter Sunday, but the store's closed, so she's not working, and I really don't celebrate Easter. My kids are working anyway, so we don't usually get together for Easter. I'm gonna have lunch now. I'm gonna edit this. Oh, when I started another page, I'm filming. So while my footage was uploading, I started doing some collage stuff. Oh, my bread's done. You can hear my oven now, huh? That was my oven. My bread's ready. I can go have sandwich. I can go have lunch, which is a sandwich. Hopefully this week I will have time to do more art things. Tomorrow's going to be fun, so you'll have that video this week. And I will, like I said, link the videos that have inspired me for this stencil storage solution, the triple S. Stencil storage solution. I can't say this very fast. I will link the videos. I will try to track down that lady that has inspired me to go for the J-hook idea. And that's it. That's it. We're done. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and I will see you later. Bye.